So as you've seen by the thumbnail, I have bought a massive 3-story doll's house from the 1920s. It is in rough condition, but even in that condition, it can be worth £200 to £300. But I am gonna try and do it up a little, just have a bit of fun, make it a bit more presentable, and then try and aim for that bigger number. Fully restored, these can go for £2,000. Mental. It's as big as me. It's absolutely huge. So I'm going to turn the camera around and take you through what it looks like now and my plans for it. And what here it is in all its glory. So we've got the roof there and the chimney. And then this is it. There's the front. I've already took it, so I've put it on its side because I've already started work on it. It had some casters on the bottom which were rusted solid and barely worked. So I've made a start, I've replaced one. I've got the rest in there. But I'll go through all that and I'll show you the progress I'm going to make with this. See the rooms, see the cobwebs. This is really, really cool. It's got like little fireplaces, which would have worked at one stage. It's got little switches. It was wired up with electric. So I may get that rewired to LEDs. There's a wire there. Or I may just leave as is. Little fireplace. As you can see, it's all dirty and damp. Absolutely filthy. So a lot of this just needs, hold on, let me turn that doorbell off. There we go. So yeah, a lot of this just needs putting back in its place. No idea what his original place would have been. I've got to work all that out. The windows on it, loads of them are missing or smashed, but the ones that are present are actually glass. Then we got the roof, again, dirty. So I'm gonna clean it all, see how it looks. I may get a new top for the roof, like so I think that's just a sticker, maybe. I've been asking ChatGPT information about this and the value and also what era it's from, because I was told it's 1920s. ChatGPT asked for pictures of this and that and blah blah blah, and they have confirmed that this is from the 1920s era. Mental. And then also I asked how I go about making this more presentable but keeping it original, and then they've told me all that, and then I thought, you know what, as much as it should be kept original, I paid £10 for this, so I'm just going to have a little bit of fun with it, do it up a little bit. Like, I'm no expert, I've never done a doll's house before. I'm just going to tidy it up, clean it up, replace bits that need replacing if it's like something I'm capable of doing, and paint it. And again, I'm not going to be doing colours to keep within its 1920s theme, or I don't know how to say what I'm trying to say, but basically I'm just, it's my doll's house, I'm going to have a bit of fun with it, and I'm going to take you along with me. So as you can see, that is all textured. And then this handles there is amazing. And then in here, hold on. So I forgot something. So on here, I've written down everything it owes me so far. So when it does come to selling this on, I will know exactly what it owes me. So I paid £10 for the doll's house. I've paid £10.84 for a set of brushes in here. Everything that's on this list will be in there. Not that you need to know that. I've paid £20.28 for 12 new casters. So the old ones were rusted on there. Even the screws didn't come out. I had to like rip it out of the wood. And then I've paid £5.40 for some white gloss. So I'm going to redo all this all the way around and on all the rooms. I'm well aware this is a massive job. £20 give or take for diesel to go and get it, because it was a 4-hour round trip. Roughly £40 in wages for Connor, because I sent him to go and get it. So no, I think it was about 3 hours round trip, give or take. I've spent £4 in screws and £19 in black paint, and I've just remembered I've also spent £3.50 on some washers, so I need to add that to the list. And also top right there, wet wipes to give it a clean, 60p. So owes me over £100 all in now, but once this is all done, hopefully it's worth a fair chunk of change. But even if it's not, I've had fun doing it. 40-year-old man playing with a doll's house. So we've got the washers and some screws in there. Wet wipes, WD-40, I already had that. That's just for the rusted on casters and screws to help get them off. New casters. So again, the old ones were brass. I don't know if you can see that just there, but they're all horrible. I was going to keep it all original, paint the lot, but I thought, you know what, I'll just have a bit of fun with it. So these are the new ones. That's what they look like. Then we've got the brushes, some black paint, which I already had to redo the black, but then I realised that ain't going to be enough. So I went B&Q and I got some natural charcoal paint instead. So I'll use that instead. Then we got the white gloss. I'm gonna redo the white obviously, and I've already got a tin of white paint listed, so I'll just delist that and take it off the shelf. And then we got some screws to put the wheels on. Didn't realise when I bought these that these need a specialist thing on it. Don't know how well you can see that. Anyway, luckily I got one. Again, it's not focusing. It's like a star. So yeah, I'm gonna make a start on it and take you along with me. I'm gonna get these wheels on first and then show you what it's like all stood up. The wheels are back on. I say back on, these are new wheels. It was also missing one from the middle. But yeah, all back on. Let's see if we can get the old girl back on her feet. There we are. So you can imagine if that roof was on as well. It's massive. Comes up to like, with the roof on, probably my shoulders, maybe higher. Huge. While you're here, there's a discount code down below for Fleek. This is a box I bought off of Creed of a job lot of football boots, and I've already listed loads, but I thought I'll show you here. Look how clean there. Clean. They've been stuffed with tissue to hold their shape and put in a bag. Very, very presentable. You're seeing these for the first time, same time as me. Look at that. So these work out about £10 a piece. Some are not worth so much, but the ones that are worth money make up for the ones that ain't. So there's definitely profit to be made. I would say these are A grade. So clean. Wait, is that even the same shoe? No. That's not. Right, so I need to speak to the seller about that one. That's annoying. Like I said, you're seeing this the same time as me. Ah, there we go. They've just been put in the wrong bag. Sweet. Some night vapors. That's a smaller size. There's not been many small sizes, to be fair. Look at these. I can't find these anywhere. Like Google Lens. I just can't find them. The tag. So they're from 2011. But yeah, can't find them ones. These here I can find very similar, but not the exact ones. I found one pair of the exact ones, I think on Google Lens, and they was asking silly money, so they need further research. And then if you remember, all of this junk, well, we ended up coming to an agreement, because for me to send these back, it would just be a big headache for me and the seller. So we mutually agreed a 50% refund, and I keep all this. A lot of this is good for the bin, like the high majority. So I'll just need to dig through, bin what's rubbish, and hopefully save enough that I can recoup the other 50%. I'm sure I will, because like there's the odd pair like that. That looks fine, so I could sell that pair. You know what I mean? So that's stuff that I've bought out my own money. So just gives you an idea of what you can buy on fleet to resell. So football boots, depending on who you buy it from. I've only ever seen one person selling it, and that is a seller called Creed, and they're A grade. And I'm happy with my purchase, like roughly £10 a piece, and I'll flip them for like 25, 30, and then you get the odd pair that is like 40, 50, 60. I think I would have had £100 pair of boots, but they was missing the studs, and so I ended up listing them for 50 or 60. A big reduction, I know, but it just stupidly, it puts people right off when they've got to then go out and get their own studs. And yes, I know I could replace the studs myself, but I'm too lazy. So there'll be a link down below in the description, right down there, where you can get £26 off your first order. So use that discount code, please. Don't know if anyone remembers, but a few weeks back I was asking for ideas on space. Well, I've managed to squeeze them 2 racks in there, so that's another 2 racks, and then I've got all them there for smalls right up to the ceiling. Now when I ran the business from my home, I was in one room, and the whole back wall, floor to ceiling, was just all of them all the way along, and that's where I fit all my stuff in, and I ran the business from at home, believe it or not. Then I've just got to skew that and pull it away. We got another shelf there now, and hold on, another shelf there, and then another shelf there, which was the shoe rack, which I've donated a load of stock that was there to charity. I've now put the shoe rack there. That's full of Doc Martens and a couple pairs of Jordans. And then a big rack here. Nice. And then also, what I've managed to do, I say managed to do like it was a task. This black shelf has always been there, but it never got used. So I measured it up and I went B&Q and I got perfect size tubs to fit in, and they're numbered. Wait, don't know if you can see it. There, look. So now I've got all them to put stock in as well. Because my logic is, like this, putting smalls on a shelf. Look at all that wasted space. Whereas via tubs like that, I could then use that space and fill it up. Now, back to the important stuff. The doll's house. Look, I don't know, that's raised there. I don't know how it's done that. Maybe when I flip it over to change the wheels on this, I might see why it's doing that. But yeah, we're just gonna have a go at cleaning all this now. I'm hoping between that brush and wet wipes, the majority of this dirt will come off. So I'll have a little go and I'll show you. There we are. Look at that. Before, after. That's come up way better than I thought. So now I don't even know if I'm gonna repaint the floors. I might just keep them like that so it does look a bit original. There we are, all clean. Now I've just realised that's the floorboard. So whoever buys this is gonna put carpets in it anyway. So, and you don't paint the floorboards in your house, do you? It's just hidden by the carpet. So I may just keep that like that. Saves me a job, doesn't it? Look at the attention to detail here, look. Look at that. That's an actual lock that locks and unlocks. I've just had to tip it back on its side because it keeps like going to lean back, like fall back. And now I think the reason I only had one wheel there is because that wheel, for whatever reason, is like maybe this wood is slightly warped. And that is lower than that one, meaning it's forcing it to tilt backwards. So I'm going to take that off and see if that fixes it. While we're here, I had a closer look at this and noticed the lines. And when I turned it over, this is made from floorboards. I'll show you the other side. There we go. Looks like floorboards, doesn't it? And I took the wheel off and it seems to be a bit better. But it was like falling this way. It's still a bit ropey, but at least it's staying up. I'm touching it, by the way. So yeah, I think that wheel was causing the issue. There's the other two floorboards in a right state. It's got all these little slits and stuff in. So my job is to figure out where they go in there. So there's two floors. And then where all these rooms go. Hopefully I can figure it out. I'm going to call it there. And I'm just going to crack on with this, and then every now and again work on it a bit and a bit until eventually it's ready for sale. I don't know how far I'm going to go with it. All this depends on how excited I get when I'm repainting certain bits, and if I get carried away or not, or if I just get sick and tired of it and list as is. But I'm definitely going to paint it at least. And then put all the rooms back together and the floors on and the roof and clean the roof. I'm going to do the basics. So hopefully you enjoyed that video. Little something different for you, not just full on reselling based, although this is going to be resold. I just thought I'd show you a cool pickup. So please like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you on the next one.